chosen one. Hear me now, because this is not an ordinary message. What you are feeling, the stirring in your spirit, the sense of impatience mixed with hope. This is the whisper of heaven moving in your life. You have sensed it, haven't you? The invisible hands trying to hold you back. The doors that seemed ready to open, yet slammed shut at the last moment. The people, the circumstances, the delays, they tried to slow you down. But listen closely. God is about to speed up your timeline. What was meant to take years is now set to unfold in months, weeks, even days. You have been rare chosen for a purpose that surpasses human understanding. You have walked through seasons of waiting that felt endless. You have carried burdens that no one around you could see. And yet, all the while, the divine hand has been writing your story, preparing you for a breakthrough that will stun everyone, even yourself. The moments you thought were setbacks, the rejections, the silences, the unexplained. Not yet all of them were part of the meticulous unfolding of your destiny. Right now, something is shifting. The heaviness you felt in your chest, the tension in your spirit, the quiet anxiety that has shadowed your steps. It's the sign that heaven is mobilizing in your favor. The barriers that once blocked your path are shaking. The walls that seemed permanent are beginning to crumble. And even as you hear this, something inside you knows that waiting has ended. A season of acceleration is upon you, and it carries a promise so powerful it cannot be contained by the plans or limitations of this world. Do not doubt for a single moment that you are prepared for this. You are not late. You are not behind. Everything that has delayed you has been recalibrating you, refining your faith and sharpening your heart for this precise moment. And when the doors finally swing open, you will not merely step through them, you will soar. Keep listening, because in the words ahead, you will discover the hidden reason why your timeline has been delayed, and the divine truth of why God is now moving to bring what was promised straight into your hands. This is your hour. This is your appointed time. The acceleration is coming, and it will leave no room for doubt, only awe and obedience. You may not see him with your physical eyes, but his presence has been moving behind the scenes, orchestrating every detail of your life. Every closed door, every moment of delay, every person who misunderstood you. They were instruments in the hands of God, aligning the pieces of a greater plan that only He could see. And now that plan is accelerating. The very source of your calling, the Almighty, who knows the end from the beginning, is setting the stage for a movement that will redefine everything around you. There is a precision to God's timing that the human mind cannot comprehend. What you have thought of as waiting was never wasted. Every tear you shed, every prayer whispered in silence, every lonely night, every season of testing, they were all weaving together the fabric of your destiny. He has been watching, guiding, correcting, and preparing you for a divine unveiling. And this unveiling will not be subtle. It will be undeniable, unmistakable, and it will confirm that all along you have been under the care of a faithful, omnipotent God. Imagine a master craftsman carefully shaping a vessel. Every curve, every imperfection corrected with patience and skill. That is what God has been doing in your life. Every delay has been intentional. Every obstacle purposeful. Every moment of silence a rehearsal for what is about to come. And just as the craftsman knows exactly when the piece is finished, God knows the perfect moment to release His plan. That moment is now approaching. You may have questioned whether He is aware of your struggle. You may have wondered if the weight of delays and setbacks means that you are forgotten. But hear this, the Creator of the universe has never lost sight of you. Every season of stagnation, every test, every hidden barrier has been a layer of preparation, a building block for the sudden shift you are about to experience. And the acceleration is not random. It is intentional, divine, and unstoppable. It is important to understand that what is coming is not merely the fulfillment of personal ambition or desire. This is a movement that will impact not only your life, but the lives of others around you. It is a ripple that begins in the unseen and flows into the visible, touching destinies and opening doors that were once sealed. Heaven itself is aligning, arranging circumstances, people, and opportunities to ensure that what was delayed will now arrive in perfect order with divine speed. So prepare your heart and mind. Begin to see the patterns. Sense the shifts and recognize the subtle nudges that He is placing in your path. The acceleration of your timeline is a message of hope, a confirmation of faith, and a call to action. You are about to step into a season where divine orchestration will make what seemed impossible suddenly inevitable. Now listen closely, because the season that was delayed is about to arrive with such force that it will feel like the earth itself has shifted beneath your feet. The divine timing that has been withheld is no longer restrained. What was once postponed, held back, and seemingly impossible is now racing toward you faster than you ever imagined. Doors that remained closed are cracking open. Opportunities that were hidden in the shadows are emerging into the light. The breakthroughs that you thought would come someday are appearing in your midst today. You may feel it as a sudden surge, a rush of energy that seems almost electric in your spirit. There will be moments when it seems like everything is happening at once. The right connections, the right words, the right signs, all converging in a perfect divine alignment. What was delayed by fear, opposition, or misunderstanding is now being accelerated by God Himself. The same forces that tried to hinder your progress, the very people or situations that sought to stall you, will now be powerless before the momentum of heaven. Picture a river that has been dammed for years. Its waters held back, contained, restrained. And suddenly, the dam bursts. The waters roar forward, unstoppable, reshaping the land, opening new paths, flooding valleys with life-giving streams. That is the force you are about to experience. Your life, your calling, your purpose. Everything that was hindered will be released with overwhelming speed. The delay was never denial. The pause was never punishment. It was a preparation for this exact moment, for this exact acceleration that now cannot be stopped. Yet as powerful as this is, it will also feel unfamiliar. The suddenness of change can shake even the most steadfast hearts. Opportunities will appear almost overnight. People will see transformations in you that they could not have imagined. Doors you prayed for, doors you thought you had missed, will suddenly stand wide open. It will feel miraculous, because it is. But even amidst this unfolding, maintain your eyes on the source. It is not human timing that is delivering this, it is the hand of God. The acceleration of your path is not luck, chance, or coincidence. It is divine intervention, precise, intentional, and unstoppable. There will be signs along the way, moments of clarity, coincidences that are too perfect to ignore, dreams that echo the reality unfolding around you. You will sense the spiritual currents shifting, moving you forward in ways that defy logic. The forces that once tried to hinder you may still linger, but their power over your destiny has ended. The acceleration cannot be resisted. It is as if heaven itself has declared, enough waiting, enough delay. Your time is now, and you will recognize it not only by what comes to you, but by what is removed. The obstacles, the fears, the doubts that once seemed insurmountable, they will begin to dissolve. The heaviness that weighed on your spirit will lift, replaced by a divine momentum that carries you forward with clarity, purpose, and unstoppable force. Take heart. What you have been waiting for, what you have been pressing through, and what you have been believing against the odds, these things are arriving. The timeline has changed. The acceleration has begun. The divine promise that was delayed will now manifest in ways that will leave you breathless, awestruck, and forever changed. What you are experiencing is more than just a shift in circumstances. It is a spiritual awakening in alignment with your divine destiny. The acceleration you are feeling is a reflection of the deeper workings of heaven, a confirmation that your faith, patience, and perseverance have been noticed and honored. Every delay, every moment of waiting, has been a sacred rehearsal preparing your spirit to handle the sudden movement of God's favor. You are not merely stepping into a new season, you are being elevated to a higher frequency one where the impossible becomes inevitable. Consider the metaphor of seasons. The winter was long, harsh, and isolating. You may have felt frozen, trapped beneath layers of silence and struggle as though your growth had stopped. But winter is never the end. It is a necessary period of preparation, of fortification, where roots grow unseen and strength is quietly built beneath the surface. And now spring is arriving. The thaw is coming. The sun of divine timing is melting away, the frost of delay awakening buds that have long awaited the warmth of manifestation. What was hidden beneath the cold soil is now emerging in full bloom. This acceleration also carries a spiritual principle. God's timing is never arbitrary. He does not move hastily or without purpose. The forces that attempted to delay you, the confusion, the opposition, the setbacks were all shaping you for this precise moment. They tested your faith, strengthened your resolve, and revealed the depth of your heart's alignment with His will. What may have seemed unfair, frustrating, or cruel was actually a divine refinement process. You were being tempered like gold in the fire, prepared to shine without compromise when the time came for release. Faith is the key that unlocks the understanding of this season. When delays feel endless, it is easy to doubt, to grow weary, to question whether God has forgotten you. But faith is the bridge between the seen and the unseen, between your current waiting and the manifestation of divine acceleration. The moment you recognize that the delays were intentional, that every setback carried hidden preparation, you begin to step into a space where divine speed can operate freely. Your trust becomes a conduit, allowing heaven to move swiftly on your behalf. Transformation is also woven into this process. As your circumstances accelerate, so too does your spiritual growth. You will find that old fears, old habits, and old insecurities begin to lose their grip. You will navigate new opportunities with greater wisdom, discernment, and clarity. The acceleration is not just about external change. It is an internal elevation, a lifting of your consciousness to align with the higher purpose God has designed for you. You are becoming the version of yourself that was always meant to emerge, a vessel capable of carrying not only blessings, but also divine responsibility. Visualize it as a journey through a storm toward a radiant sunrise. The storm represented your waiting, the tension, and the challenges. The lightning and thunder symbolized trials that demanded your endurance. And now, as the storm begins to break, you witness the first rays of light piercing the clouds. The light does not merely touch the surface. It illuminates the path ahead, casting shadows aside and revealing the treasures that have been prepared for you. The acceleration is that light breaking through the dark, guiding your steps and confirming that the season of waiting was necessary to position you exactly where you need to be. Even now, as you process this, you may feel a mixture of anticipation and disbelief. That is natural. The spiritual principle of acceleration often feels unfamiliar at first. You are being invited to trust not only the promise, but the process. To recognize that divine timing is perfect, even when it seems contradictory to human logic. To embrace the truth that heaven moves differently than the world. And when it moves with unstoppable precision. This is why the acceleration is sacred. It is a confirmation of faith rewarded, of preparation meeting opportunity, and of divine timing perfectly executed. The obstacles, the delays, and the hidden seasons were not detours, they were integral to your spiritual formation. And now, as your timeline shifts, you are stepping into a reality that aligns with your destiny, with clarity, with purpose, and with divine authority. Even now, you may be noticing subtle shifts that confirm the acceleration of your timeline. These are the signs that heaven is moving on your behalf, signals meant to awaken your awareness and reassure you that you are exactly where you are meant to be. Pay attention to them, for they are often quiet, yet unmistakable if you have eyes to see and ears to hear. First, you may notice doors opening where they previously remained shut. People who once ignored your ideas. Opportunities that seemed unavailable or pathways that appeared blocked are suddenly accessible. These openings are not coincidences. They are confirmations that the divine schedule is unfolding. Second, synchronicities will begin to appear in your daily life. Conversations, messages, or encounters that perfectly align with what you have been praying for will present themselves. It may feel like the universe is conspiring in your favor, and indeed it is. These moments are like breadcrumbs from heaven, leading you toward the accelerated fulfillment of your purpose. Third, you might experience a heightened sense of clarity and intuition. Decisions that once seemed difficult or confusing will suddenly make sense. You will find yourself recognizing the right timing, the right people, and the right actions with unusual precision. This is the whisper of divine guidance confirming that you are being led by a higher hand. Fourth, emotional shifts may accompany these signs. Where there was uncertainty, anxiety, or doubt, a deep peace may begin to settle in your spirit. You may feel a sense of excitement, anticipation, and even awe at the unfolding events. These emotions are not accidental. They are the internal confirmation that your spirit is aligned with the acceleration taking place externally. Fifth, obstacles that once loomed large may begin to shrink or dissolve entirely. Situations that previously seemed insurmountable are now manageable. People who opposed or hindered you may suddenly step aside, and resistance may fade in ways that feel almost miraculous. Finally, you may begin to notice repeated patterns or recurring symbols that speak directly to your heart. Certain numbers, signs in nature, recurring dreams, or messages in conversations may carry the unmistakable imprint of divine confirmation. They are gentle nudges from heaven, assuring you that the acceleration you are experiencing is not random. It is orchestrated, intentional, and sacred. These signs are not only confirmation, they are invitations. They invite you to trust, to step forward, and to align with the speed at which God is moving. They remind you that what was once delayed is now arriving, that every hidden season had a purpose, and that your faith is the conduit through which divine acceleration flows. Pay attention to them, believe them, and let them fuel your readiness for the unfolding season of fulfillment. Even as the acceleration begins to manifest, be aware that the path will not be entirely without tension. God's timing often brings a shift so sudden, so powerful that it exposes the hidden challenges you may not have seen before. These are not punishments, nor are they signs of failure. They are tests, refinements designed to strengthen your spirit, clarify your focus, and ensure that you are prepared to handle the fullness of what is coming. You may feel moments of inner resistance, where fear and doubt try to creep back into your heart. Old insecurities may surface just as new opportunities appear. This is normal. It is the spiritual equivalent of pressure in a diamond. The greater the pressure, the more brilliance is revealed. The acceleration of your timeline will bring challenges that feel disproportionate, but they are carefully calibrated to your growth, not your defeat. Expect that not everyone will understand the changes in your life. Some people may react with confusion, skepticism, or even envy. Those who once supported you may struggle to keep up with the speed at which your destiny unfolds. This is not a reflection of your worth, nor of God's favor. It is simply the natural consequence of stepping into a season that is beyond the comprehension of many. Another hidden challenge may come in the form of unexpected delays or minor setbacks, even amid overall acceleration. Do not be discouraged. These moments are refining instruments, separating what is essential from what is extraneous, teaching you discernment and strengthening your reliance on God rather than circumstances or human approval. Every obstacle that appears is temporary and purposeful, a gentle recalibration to align you perfectly with the unfolding plan. Spiritually, you may also feel stretched. Responsibilities, decisions, and opportunities will demand more from you than before. You may question your readiness, your stamina, or your ability to maintain faith amid rapid change. But know this: God equips those He accelerates. You are being strengthened internally, gaining wisdom, patience, and resilience that are invisible to the world, but deeply rooted in your spirit. Finally, understand that hidden challenges are proof of growth. They mark the transition from waiting to movement, from preparation to execution. Just as storms sharpen the senses of sailors and fire tempers steel, these challenges are part of the divine architecture of your breakthrough. Endure them with faith. Stand firm in trust. Recognize them not as obstacles, but as sacred tests designed to make the acceleration safe, sustainable, and enduring. As your timeline accelerates, it is vital to prepare yourself spiritually, mentally, and emotionally. This is not a time to remain passive. Heaven is moving swiftly, and your readiness will determine how effectively you can receive and steward the blessings that are coming. These instructions are not burdens. They are keys guiding you to align with the divine speed and purpose unfolding in your life. First, cultivate unwavering faith. Faith is the engine of acceleration. Doubt will slow you. Hesitation will delay you, but faith positions you in the flow of God's timing. Speak truth over your life daily. Remind yourself that every delay had a purpose. Every setback was refining you, and every moment of waiting was orchestrated by divine hands. Declare, "I trust the timing of my life. God's speed is perfect. I am ready." Let these words settle into your spirit, for they will anchor you as the momentum builds. Second, embrace clarity of vision. Know what God has promised and hold it vividly in your mind and heart. Write it down if you must. Speak it aloud. Visualize yourself already living in that fulfilled reality. Your spirit must recognize the season before your eyes see it manifest. The acceleration of your timeline will challenge your focus. Keep your vision sharp and do not allow distractions, doubts, or other people's opinions to derail you. Third, prepare to act. Acceleration requires readiness to move when opportunity arrives. Your feet, hands, and decisions must be poised for swift response. Pray for discernment for God to make the right doors visible and to provide clarity on which steps to take. Do not wait for perfection, move with wisdom and obedience. The moment of delay is over. The moment of action is now. Fourth, strengthen your spirit through prayer and meditation. Daily communion with God will maintain your peace amidst rapid change. Your mind will attempt to rush ahead or spiral into fear, but quieting your spirit will allow divine guidance to flow clearly. Imagine yourself as a vessel being filled with light. The more receptive your spirit, the more effectively the acceleration will be channeled through you. Fifth, purify your relationships and environment. Acceleration exposes what is authentic and what is not. Surround yourself with those who uplift, encourage, and align with your purpose. Release what hinders, distracts, or sows confusion. Just as a ship must be free of debris to sail swiftly, your life must be clear of unnecessary weight to navigate the sudden currents of God's favor. Sixth, embrace gratitude in advance. Thank God not only for what has already been given, but for what is coming. Gratitude opens spiritual windows and aligns your heart with abundance. Speak it aloud. Thank you, Lord, for the speed of your favor. Thank you for the doors that are opening now. Thank you for the destiny you have prepared. This aligns your energy with the reality of acceleration and ensures you step into the season with the right heart. Finally, practice patience within motion. Acceleration does not always mean chaos. Sometimes it is a controlled, divinely timed surge. Do not panic if events unfold faster than expected. Stay centered, alert, and obedient. Move decisively, but maintain a spirit of calm trust, knowing that God's orchestration is flawless. Follow these instructions faithfully, and you will be positioned to receive the speed of heaven without fear, confusion, or hesitation. Your faith, clarity, action, prayer environment, gratitude, and patience are the channels through which God's acceleration flows. Align with them and watch as your timeline shifts, propelling you into a season that will astonish even those who doubted you. As you step into this accelerated season, know this: you are not alone. The same hand that orchestrates your timeline is also your shield, your guardian, and your refuge. The unseen forces that once sought to hinder you have no power over what God is releasing. Every step you take is covered by divine protection, even when the path seems uncertain or the pace feels overwhelming. Imagine a radiant light surrounding you, forming an impenetrable barrier that guards your spirit, mind, and body. Nothing can penetrate this light unless it comes from the Creator Himself. Every challenge, every opposition, every distraction, though it may appear present, is powerless in the face of this divine covering. You are safe, chosen, and guarded in the midst of rapid change. Heaven also sends unseen allies to walk with you. Angels, messengers, and divine guidance accompany your steps. You may not see them with your eyes, but their influence is real. Doors swing open, obstacles shift, and paths straighten ahead of you. This protection is both active and continuous, ensuring that you are not only shielded from harm, but empowered to move forward confidently. Trust that what is coming is ordained and secure. The very acceleration you feel is aligned with God's covenant over your life. It is not reckless or unsafe. It is deliberate, precise, and flawless. Even when circumstances feel intense or unexpected, remember that the divine architect is in full control.